All right, so to start our poetry unit, you are going to begin by writing what we call a chain poem. So I'm going to go through it briefly, and I'm going to give you a model example using the word clock, and then you're going to be responsible for writing 3 of your own, and I'll explain that here in a second. So if you take a look at my screen, I am going to write a chain poem using the word clock. What the word chain poem refers to is that we're going to start with one word, and then we're going to use that word to think of another word, and then another word, and another word, and we're going to essentially create a chain of 8 words, and then we're going to use those 8 words to create our poem. Okay, so I'm going to start with the word clock. I'm going to rewrite it below, and then I'm going to enter down and think of what word comes to mind next when I hear the word clock, and I think of time. And then I'm going to enter down and what word comes to mind when I think of the word time. So now I'm switching it. Instead of clock, now it's time, because that's my next word. And I think of rushing. And then if I think rushing, for some reason, I think water. And then from water, I think swimming. And swimming, I think sports. And sports, I think winner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And winner, I think champion, whatever. So your first task is to come up with your chain of 8 words, starting with the starter word, which you have that on your assignment. Okay. Once I have my chain of 8 words, then I am going to add words on either side or both sides of the word in order to create my poem. So let's say clock ticking on the dusty mantle. Let's see. It seems like time is always passing me by. Rushing through my day, stopping only to drink some sips of water. I am always swimming in work. Sports are my only reprieve from the craziness. Will I be a winner? Or will life steal my champion away? Okay, so there's my poem. What does it mean? I have no idea. The nice thing about poetry, which we'll talk about when I get back, is that it doesn't have to mean anything specific. It's not so much about this greater meaning that we're supposed to find. It's more about playing around with the structure. Rather than writing an essay, we're writing a poem. And this one has a structure of 8 words that are all linked, and then you just simply have to make it mean something. What I'm going to ask is that you go through and you bold all of the words that you used in your chain, okay? So if you notice, I'm bolding all of those words just so that I know what your chain was, okay? So if I click over to what your assignment looks like this, okay? I gave you the first one. I want the starting word for your chain to be love. So you're gonna start by going love, I think of blank, I think of blank, I think of blank, and then you're gonna write your poem. The second one, you're going to start with pain. I think of blank, 8 words, and write it. And then for your third one, I want it to be your choice. So when it's time for you to write yours, you're going to delete this and you're going to type in a starter word, and then you're going to go ahead and write your poem. So for instance, here on love, please don't start it here. Rewrite the word love and then enter, and then whatever comes to mind next, romance, etc. Okay, if you have any questions, please email me. I should be able to respond within like 2 minutes. So make sure this is done by the end of class, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.